Hey there, Mark. Glad you like the Jurassic Park shirt. Very much so. I actually have a Hawaiian Jurassic Park shirt on its way. I ordered a Hawaiian Jurassic Park shirt. I don't know when it's going to get here, but it's already been shipped. So I'm ready. Manuel says, "Get it, boy." What up, bro? What up, Manuel? Thanks for being here. If you're wondering what the purpose of this video is today, honestly, I think I needed some time to just pause everything in my life for an hour and just be social in the best way possible. Because right now we are at a level 4 warning here in Austin, so gatherings have become once again a thing that is kind of restricted. So this is about as social as I'm gonna get right now. Oh, Mark says I have that one and a couple Hawaiian Jurassic Park shirts as well. Party on, dude. Well, I want to see your shirt, Mark. Make sure you send me a picture of it, and I'll make sure I send a picture when I get mine. When I get mine, I'll be going out somewhere, and I'll be, I don't know, probably doing a lot of selfies in my Jurassic Park shirt. But anyway, if you're here and you're wondering, again, why I'm doing this video, the reason for this video has to do with the resolution of the film I've been working on for 7 months. I recently completed what I call final edit of the film, and I say final edit because this week I'm still actually making some very, very minor corrections. The film is done. I'm not really editing the film anymore. I'm just going in and making sure that things are labeled properly, making sure nothing is a glitch or anything weird, anything that I might have missed. I'm sort of tying up loose ends this week. But the film's done. It's done. Hopefully it'll be done. If you know me personally, you know I like to describe projects as either done or done. And this film is done. It is not done. Done will probably be happening in the next 2 days. But it's done. It's just not done. Do you understand what I'm saying? Juliet, congrats, she says. Thank you, Juliet. I met Juliet through a little program called Lunch Club. And Juliet occasionally visits Texas, but Juliet is in decidedly more tropical surroundings than I am, and I'm a little bit envious of that. I would love to be in tropical surroundings. It would be great. Manuel says, I understand. I am never done. See, those of you who know what I'm talking about, done is that is like the goal. But I also believe it's something that you decide. You don't necessarily reach there. You just sort of say, all right, we're calling it here. That's it. We're done. Aline is here. Hi, Aline. She says, woo-goo. I'm sure she meant woohoo. Oh, yeah, there she goes. Woohoo. Autocorrect. Damn it. Manuel says, let's move to Thailand, bro. I'll go halves on an apartment. That sounds like a fun adventure. Juliet says, we get it. The worst is behind you, though. It is. Because here's what I did today. On my phone, this is my phone, by the way. I went ahead and here's the other side of my phone. Mars attacks. On my phone, I made a list. I made my final list today. And on that list is like, here's a list of corrections. They're all really minor things. You know, most of them won't take more than like 3 to 5 minutes to do. But I've got like a pretty decent sized list. And so I'm going to work on them a little bit today. I'll probably work on them tomorrow, and maybe it'll be done tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just trying to like not push myself too hard anymore on it because it is done. It is. I watched the whole film, the whole thing I watched in its entirety today. I also watched it yesterday, but I watched it today again, and I feel good about it. I'm saying this publicly, so I have a video record, okay? I feel good about the film in this moment, right now. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know how. I wish I could keep this feeling of I feel good about this. I wish I could hold on to this and bottle it. So maybe by putting it in video form publicly to you guys, maybe I will somehow make it more permanent. I don't know. Mark says, done. Closest you can get to perfection until you release a special edition. Well, that's a very good description of what done is. Very, very much. Done is the most done you can be before you have like time passing, and then you look at it again and you're like, what was I thinking? But I'm hoping that never happens. I hope I never get to a point where I go, what was I thinking? I have been really, really careful, and I've watched this thing a bunch, and I have like combed through every word of dialogue like multiple times, lots of times. We are going to tonight, I'm spending an hour with you guys tonight. So if you have any questions about the filmmaking process that I have put myself through, any questions at all, please feel free to incorporate them in our live chat feed, and I will address them. Please keep it family friendly if you can. There are kids out there who do watch these live streams, and I would like to keep things appropriate. And although I've already said damn it once, I hope that's not a problem. Manuel asks, how are you going to promote it? That's a really good question. I honestly was just going to go the grassroots route. I wasn't going to pay for advertising. I was really just going to... It's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to let everybody know through social media. I'm hoping you guys will take the film and share it, just like I'm hoping you'll do with the trailer. I want to get to a point where I don't have to break my brain over advertising. I know that's not super realistic because even major corporations with movies that are made by hundreds of people or thousands of people, whatever it is, even those companies pay to do advertising. I'm just not in a position where I can afford to do that. So, I don't know. I guess I'm going to figure it out as I go. I was hoping the majority of August could be spent where I'm just, every day I'm finding new ways to promote and send it out there. So I guess keep those eyes peeled for seeing me advertise for it. But the trailer, making the trailer, that is one of the ways I'm advertising for it. And so we are going to watch the trailer together here tonight. I thought that would be a fun thing to do collectively. For those of you who have not watched it yet, or for those of you that have watched it and just want to watch it again and be here with me when it's playing. Manuel says, let's get a megaphone and go downtown. That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, thank you, Manuel. Manuel is offering to share it on his YouTube channel. I genuinely appreciate that. Mark says, bumper stickers on all our cars. You can do bumper stickers. I do have stickers that I made with the logo of the film. I do have those. I don't know if I have a lot of them, but I guess at some point I could do some swag stuff. Flyers on all the neighborhood trees. This is one of those things, man, where I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe making a QR code. I could make a QR code, you know, and maybe with a little Batman symbol in the middle of it. I don't know. Manuel says, I need to get my Popeye spinach pipe out before the showing. I love that. Don't forget your fez. You have to have a fez too if you're gonna go that right. And then you have to have like a nice velour crushed velvet robe. That's also very important. So Sharpies on our forehead, says Mark. Well, that seems a bit extreme, but we can always do that. We can do that. Yeah. So I guess it's been about 13 minutes. We could watch the trailer right now, right? Or maybe we'll wait. We will wait. We're gonna wait a little bit. We'll wait a little bit. I'll wait till it's closer to the end of the show, and we'll watch the trailer together. But yeah, so questions that I get from people regularly outside of this area we're in now. People do ask how they can support the film because it was a Kickstarter-supported project. Obviously, Kickstarter is over now. That ended back in February. So you may have noticed across the bottom of the screen I have some scrolling text, and there's a little support here banner with my link tree. If you go to my link tree, you'll find a bunch of links, but you'll also find a link to my Patreon account and to the GoFundMe I have going right now. I'm trying to reach $2,500 by September. I need another just under $2,000. More than that would be great, but that money is going to help me in a lot of ways right now. So seriously, if there's anything you can do that way, I greatly appreciate it. If you can share the trailer, if you can share the link tree, any of those things, guys. If you're like, Phil, I'm broke, don't ask me for a dime, that's fine. I would love it if you would share stuff. You know, text somebody you know personally and say, let me send you a really cool trailer, and just get it out there. I'm hoping that I can get this thing going viral, because then who knows what happens, right? Then it's like bigger, like a snowball or like a avalanche or whatever. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, right? Manuel says, I'm down to go downtown with you and canvass the street and talk to strangers about it. Hey, I'll let you know. Maybe I will do that. That could be fun. I would probably need to get some flyers made with a QR code or something. But Manuel says art people would love it. Yeah, I think art people would. I think so. If you're wondering how long the movie is, it is 144 minutes. And for those of you who don't like doing the math, that is 2 hours and 24 minutes. That is how long the movie is. If you remove the end credits, it's closer to 2 hours. I should say 2 hours and like 10 minutes. So the meat of the movie is like 2 hours and 10 minutes. And if you remove the finale, it's like 2 hours. So for those of you who are like, oh, 2 hours and 24 minutes, well, it's 2 hours. And the rest, and the remaining 24 minutes is like icing on the cake, okay? So, I don't know. I'm just letting you know. I broke it down into like sections and chapters and all that stuff. Hey, Trish is here. She says, I can't wait. Thank you, Trish. Well, unfortunately, you have to wait because it's coming out on September 5th. And that is a Sunday. And people might be wondering, why did you choose September 5th? Why? Why of all the days? Why didn't you just release it right now? Well, I had a good reason. September 5th, 1992 was the day that Batman the Animated Series premiered on TV. So I thought it would be a nice way to like combine the anniversaries. This film marks the 30th anniversary of production of the cartoon. They kind of started production in 1990, but they were like off to the races in 1991. So 1991 to 2021, that's 30 years. The show itself premiered on September 5th, 1992. So really, I'm releasing it on the 29th anniversary of the initial broadcast, but it's in my mind, it's the 30th anniversary of the cartoon because they were really like knee deep into production in 1991. So that's the reason why. In case you're wondering, I just figured I'd let you know. Manuel says this background story was really. Wait, the background story. Manuel, what do you mean? The background story I just got done explaining, or the background story of I need you to explain? Trish says, 30 years, I feel old. Yes, this is exactly the goal of this, is to make everybody feel old. Hey, Stevie is here. Stevie says, get a magnet sign for your car and drive around comic book stores and ice cream places. I could totally do that. I may make some kind of a flyer and bring it to all the comic book stores around town. That might be something that I end up doing. I'll definitely be emailing all the comic book stores. That's for sure. Yeah. Let's see. What did you... Takeout was? LOL. Don't know how that got there. You've lost me officially, Manuel, but I'm trusting you that you know what you meant to type. So this whole thing started, for those of you who don't know, hi, I'm going to start the video over again. Hi, my name is Phil. For those of you who don't know, I started this project in December of last year. Last year I was in an interesting position. I was about to start looking for work again. I was going to start looking for a job. Why was I going to look for a job? Well, because I'm independently employed, and the money that I had set aside to be independently employed was pretty much running out. So I had just put out Sparking Sunshine, which was a 10-minute mini documentary about my comic strip series, Retail Sunshine. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. I had just finished that, and I was going to go and start looking for work. And long story short, this Batman film, kind of like this opportunity was presented to me. And I remember being in that moment, and I remember thinking, this can go one of two ways. I can either A, go and find something stable to keep my bills paid and remove all that stress, or B, I can take up the mantle of director of this movie because I really truly believe that I'm the right person to direct this film. But it's a path of like extreme uncertainty. And I chose to go path B because I'm insane. And that's in December was when I started planning for the Kickstarter. It's when I started working on doing research for what I was going to make the film into. And about a month after that, the Kickstarter was underway, and I was beginning production even before the Kickstarter completed. I was already filming interviews starting, I think it was January 24th, was like the first interview that I did. And that was with Kevin Altieri. So now I find myself kind of back where I was in December. It's like, well, the money ran out. I guess I have to go find a job. So I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm telling you all this because people are asking me, what's next? What are you going to do now? Is there another film? Is there another giant project? The answer is, I don't know. I have to figure out how I'm going to make rent. So there's a number of ways that can happen. One of the ways is if I get enough people on Patreon to be like my monthly supporters, then I don't have to worry about that. So that would be really great, and I could jump into some other project. If that does not happen very soon, then I'm going to have to figure out work. So I don't know what's coming next, everybody. Do I have other projects in mind? Of course I do. I've got a million projects in my head that I would like to tackle next. Of course. But I have to make sure that I can survive. That's it's like a little problem to get over. I have to survive. That's the only thing. So, hey TJ, how you doing? Manuel says, "Bro, I'm on the same boat." Yeah, I mean, a lot of artists and filmmakers and such, we're all in that same boat. I know you guys get it. I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys know what I'm talking about. Helen says, "I have a friend here in Indianapolis that owns a comic shop, and I bet I could get him to hang a poster or something." Well, that would be really cool. I haven't released the official poster yet, but I do have an official poster. I haven't printed it up. I just have the digital file of the poster. In fact, maybe I will reveal the poster during this broadcast tonight. If you guys would like me to do that, I'll reveal the poster. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Manuel was talking about the background story. Trish says Manuel meant to say the background story is really interesting, and about the anniversary of the series coming out. Yes, that's the background story. Correct. Yes. So anyway, there are a whopping total of 17 people who were involved in one way or the other in making Batman the Animated Series a reality. 17 people that I interviewed for this film. There, of course, were many more who were involved in making the show happen. I just chose a select group of people. I tried to choose people from a variety of skill sets so that it wasn't just like all voice actors or, all writers, right? So, but that's what you can expect to see in this movie. You can expect to see people from like the executive producer level, people who didn't work for Warner Brothers, who were maybe in a business dealing with Warner Brothers, people who were fully employed, but maybe they were hired on spec for a while. Voice actors, of course, who worked quite a bit. Some of them who didn't work on more than like 2 episodes. There's a composer in the movie, not the main composer, but there is a composer in the film. So, main composer obviously was Shirley Walker, who is unfortunately no longer with us. But I hope that the film properly pays tribute. I think it does to the memory of people like Shirley Walker. So you're going to see a lot of different types of people with different jobs and how all that stuff came together. It's pretty awesome. I know I'm biased because I'm the one who made it, but I'm really, really pleased with how it's turned out. I'm really pleased with the variety of people and all the different voices and just the different experiences everybody brought to the table. It's really fascinating. And by the end of it, just like with Stay Tuned, the podcast, by the end of it, I hope you gain an appreciation for the people themselves. That's really what inspired the film, was the people who made the animated series. Obviously, the animated series inspired me in general, but it was made by people, and those people are the main focus of this film. So, yes, you can expect to see, clips from Batman the Animated Series and stuff and drawings and things in the film, but I would say arguably the film is not very clip heavy. It is more about the individual stories and experiences from the people involved in producing it. So yeah, that's hopefully I don't know if anyone was asking me that question or was wondering that, but if you have any other questions or comments you'd like me to interact with, go ahead and put those in the comment section and I will gladly do so. Actually, while I'm waiting for more comments or questions to come in, if they do, why don't I go ahead and pull up the official poster and I'll premiere the official poster on this video. How about I do that? That'll be fun. Let's see. This is fun music. All right. Let's do that. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Here it is. Are you ready? Here we go. This is it. This is the official poster. There you go. I have not released this yet. I have not posted this on social media. I have not made any prints of this. But this is it. This is the poster. This is the official movie poster. And yeah, I'm excited about it. Manuel says he loves it. Thank you, Manuel. He also asks, did you watch wrestling as a kid? There was a very, very brief part of my life that was occupied by watching wrestling. So yes, I did. But I won't say that it was for very long, and I won't say that I was a super fan. I think I was just curious about it and sort of tried to understand what it was. And then I kind of, it didn't stick with me for whatever reason. Some people still love wrestling to this day, and that's great. I don't have any problem with wrestling. So there you go. There's the official poster for the film. And now, I think we'll do a trailer watch together. What say you? You guys think a trailer watch would be fun? We can do a trailer watch. No, I'm not giving anybody a chance to answer. I'm just sort of doing it. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Sure, why not? Why not? All right. Here we go. Let me go ahead and get that queued up. And it's a fun mix of music I found tonight. All right, I'm gonna share. I can share a video file. Ooh, that's cool. Instead of sharing my screen. Oh, I've never done this. This might be a new feature. Isn't that exciting? Oh, I can share a video file. Well, let's do that, everybody. Let me get rid of the music in the background there. We don't want that. We don't want music going.
They took all the best stories, they took all the best villains, and they did them the best way possible.
Okay, here's the story.
We set out to do a drama.
We're going to have parents writing us letters about, wait, this isn't for kids, this is too dramatic.
We were in on a secret, and before it hit the air, it's like we knew what was coming.
So many of them, there are these sort of mind trips that the different characters go on. That was never for kids.
I remember being sort of awed by it.
There was a lot of concern about how dark it was. There was a lot of concern about how adult it was.
The guns had to look like ridiculous.
Phantasm definitely is a murderer. There was actual death.
If you're having a fight on a roof, I think they'd want you to wear a helmet.
Like that would send the kids into the hospital. They'd be traumatized. No, we had that when we were kids and we survived.
I loved doing that series. I did.
It was a party in some ways.
It just went on and on and on and on and on for 30 years.
I'm a Star Trek fan, for crying out loud. I knew that these shows would last.
All right. There we have it. That is the how do I stop the screen share? There we go. There you go. I guess I'll get my music going back again. That's that was the trailer. That was the official trailer for the film. And thank you, Manuel. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Victoria. Hi there to Victoria. Manuel's asking me what was my favorite show as a kid. You mean like cartoon-wise, or just in general of like TV? Ah, see, cool. Manuel says he's hyped to watch it now. I'm so glad to hear that. I was hoping to make a trailer that would hype everybody up, and that's exactly what you're telling me, and that is probably the best thing I could hear. So thank you very much. Best type of favorite show in general. I don't know if I had like one favorite show. I had a number of shows that I loved. And it depends on how when you say as a kid, do you mean like before I was a teenager? Because I think I was like 11 or 12 when Batman the Animated Series came out. We'll say 12 just to be safe. I was like 11 or 12. In 1992, I was 11. So maybe I was 11 when it came out. I'm not sure. But anyway, if we're talking like before I was 11, I used to watch The Real Ghostbusters. I really loved that. I remember watching the Snorks. I thought that was good at one point in my life. Ninja Turtles. I was a big Ninja Turtles fan. Excuse me. Let's see, what else? I was a big fan of Dinosaurs from Jim Henson, which those of you that know is a kind of a puppet and live action show. Of course, Batman the Animated Series. I don't think I have to say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. And I really liked Alf. Thought Alf was pretty great. So, Victoria says, in 1992, I graduated college. Oh, okay. Congratulations on graduating. I'm going to turn it towards, the part of that phrase that I'm going to focus on is that you graduated. That is the only part of that sentence that's going to be focused on. Helen says, first time I watched the trailer, I screamed when Kevin Conroy appeared. My fave Batman. Hey, Helen, thank you so much for that. Yes, Kevin Conroy is my favorite Batman as well. And he was absolutely amazing to talk with, and he is very much featured in the movie. So you're going to see a lot of Kevin Conroy in the movie. Manuel says, bro, the real popcorn on Congress will screen it. The real popcorn on Congress? I'm not sure I know what that is. Manuel forgot about the Snorks. You can't forget about the Snorks. They're like the Smurfs, but underwater. I also watched a lot of the Disney Afternoon. I was a really big fan of like the original DuckTales and Tailspin. I love Tailspin. I watched the Gummy Bears. I actually also was a fan of, I don't know if anybody here will know this cartoon, but there was a cartoon called Ghostbusters that was not based on the movie Ghostbusters. It was by a company called Filmation, like film and animation, so Filmation. Filmation did a Ghostbusters cartoon, and their Ghostbusters cartoon, I believe, was kind of a competition thing for the Ghostbusters cartoon based on the movie, and that's why the one based on the movie, I believe, I'm pretty sure this is the reason why they called that one The Real Ghostbusters. They did that because they wanted it to not be, they didn't want to have any confusion. So they were like, well, we're the real Ghostbusters, which is a pretty ballsy thing to do by saying you're real, implying that someone else is not. But that's how, I'm pretty sure that's how the real Ghostbusters got their name. And I was a big fan of that also because I, of course, love the movie with all my heart. And so the cartoon was, I won't say it was a perfect show, but there was some really wonderful moments in it. I also really enjoyed watching Garfield and Friends. I was a big fan of that, as well as a really fun stop-motion animation TV series that was called Bump in the Night. I don't know if you guys ever knew about Bump in the Night. But Bump in the Night was about monsters that lived under your bed, and it was done with clay. It was a really fun little show. I'm not sure if anybody knows about it now. I was also a fan of a show called Reboot, and Reboot was I think it's the first computer-generated like half-hour TV show ever, and it was produced in Canada by a company called Mainframe. I think the company was called Mainframe. But that was a great show. The whole thing took place in a computer, and it personified the like parts of a computer or like a computer virus. Like they were all characters. It was a pretty great show. It was very ahead of its time, and I think the animation probably still holds up to this day. You know, we're not talking like Pixar level, but I mean, nobody else was doing this stuff. This was before Toy Story. So, you know. Manuel says it would be dope if the university movie theater is called Dolby. I believe they might screen it. but Real Popcorn is a popcorn store that shows movies inside their store, and it's on Congress and Slaughter area. Oh, I didn't know about that. How old of a store is that? I don't think I've ever heard of it. I don't get down to Congress and Slaughter very often, but when I do go down to Congress, I like to stop by Home Slice, or if I go to like South Congress, I like to go into Monkey See, Monkey Do. That's a good store. Yeah, there's some fun places to shop on Congress and South Congress and all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, those are just a handful of the shows that I would say like influenced me growing up. But Batman the Animated Series had a profound effect on me, and to this day is one of my favorite shows of all time. I can't forget to mention, of course, shows like Animaniacs and Tiny Toon Adventures. Absolutely, those are shows that I loved. And I would say Freakazoid has got to be up there as well. And The Tick. Got to show love for The Tick. The Tick was another show that was on Fox Kids. And The Tick is based on the comic book series by Ben Edlund. Really irreverent and a tongue-in-cheek look at superheroes. Just amazing show. Oh, yeah, Manuel mentioned Darkwing Duck. Of course, Darkwing Duck. Huge fan of Darkwing Duck. Absolutely. Don't know why I didn't think to mention it. Manuel also says, it's just a normal place. It sells flavored popcorn. It's good for gifting. They have lots of flavors. The owner is cool, too. All right, very good. Thank you for the shout out to Real Popcorn. Real Popcorn is not a sponsor of this broadcast, but if they would like to be, they can hit me up and let me know. I don't have any sponsors at this point. I had a sponsor at one point a while back, but I don't have a sponsor right now. So if anyone wants to get me a sponsor, that would be pretty great. That'd be awesome. I'll take a sponsor. Anyway, we are approximately how many days away or how many weeks away from the film being released? We are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are 5 weeks and 3 days. 5 weeks and 3 days away from the release. So, just, in the meantime, I guess while you wait, you can follow along. I'm still posting progress and things on my newsletter. I have an artist newsletter. If you'd like to sign up for free, you totally can. Just go to filmmaki.com, and there's a little link at the top for the artist newsletter. You can sign up for it there. You can also sign up for free on Patreon, and you can follow my updates there. You can also toss me $1 at Patreon or more, and that's like a monthly thing. Or you can do a whole year. If you do the whole year, they give you like a 1-month discount. So you could do that too, and then you're good for a year. And then anytime I put an update out there, or I would say like almost every time, because I do have like different tiers, and sometimes I reserve some super secret stuff for like the higher tiers. But on the whole, if you're any kind of contributing member to Patreon and I have an update, you're going to hear about it. So that's a really good way to really be in the know, because I give preferential treatment as far as updates are concerned to Patreon. The free newsletter that I put out, I'm kind of like hit or miss with that. I'm long overdue for another newsletter, and I plan to do one soon. But I definitely spend more time updating the people on Patreon because, quite frankly, they are paying me to do that. So there you go. You're gonna hook me. Manuel says he's gonna hook me up with Real Popcorn as a sponsor. Well, that would be cool. Well, let me know if that happens, man. And they have a screen and lots of seats. This sounds like a pretty awesome place. Manuel says, I want to show my documentary somewhere before I die. It's on YouTube, but I want people to see it on a big screen. Do you have plans to screen it somewhere? Right now I don't, but my plans do include submitting it to film festivals. I don't know when I'm going to submit it to film festivals. I don't know if it's a for sure thing, but I'm like kicking that around. And if I can get it into some film festivals, then that's probably what I will consider as people seeing it on the big screen. I know that might not be 100% accurately exactly what that is, but if the film gets accepted into a film festival, I would imagine people will somewhere be watching it on a screen. Hopefully it's a big screen, but I have no way of knowing this. So Manuel says we can rent one of those outdoor screens that blows up and make an event screen. Yeah, here's what I will tell you. A year ago or so, I was setting up plans to do a big event here in Austin called Tune In ATX. It was going to be an animation themed convention, and then the pandemic happened, and so the event got like shelved. Well, as things were opening up over the past couple months, I was like, okay, maybe it's going to happen now. And I even had the original location tell me, hey, if you want to set up something, you let us know and we'll do it. And I was like, all right, cool. Let me get this movie done first. Well, lo and behold, I'm finishing up the movie now, and Austin is now back in a level 4 emergency. So it's like, I don't know when Tune In ATX is going to happen, but I will tell you that if I do have the opportunity to put that event together in person in Austin, if I get the chance to do that, I will make sure that there is a projector and that it is showing the Batman documentary on one of the walls of the art gallery. So I will do that much. I have that plan in my head, but we got to have, a city and a country that is able to meet again in person. So hopefully that can happen. Hey, my friend TL Markham is here. What's happening? Thanks for being here. This is my official wrap party. It's very low key. It's just a live stream. People can watch it later if they missed the live event. But to answer your question, what's happening is I'm just sort of taking an hour to chill and stop and smell the roses just for a little bit and be with all of my virtual friends here in cyberspace. I don't think anybody even calls it cyberspace anymore. But I'm just here with you guys, and if anybody has any questions about like the Batman documentary or anything like that, if you have questions or comments and you want to interact with me, this is the place to do it for the next 15 minutes. So there you go. But yeah, as far as other methods of like showing the film publicly, I don't have any other plans right now, and typically a lot of those plans would cost money. Maybe I can do something with Alamo at some point. Maybe. I don't know. But I also have to look into like the rights to be able to do that, to make sure I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. Just as a clarification point, in case anyone's wondering who's watching this, maybe somebody who works in a legal department or whatever, this is a non-profit film that I am making available for free for everybody. So just so we're clear, I'm not making any I'm not selling copies of it on digital or Blu-ray. I'm not charging admission anywhere, just so we're clear. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there as my CYA moment. Which here stands for choosing your adventures. Is this the girl from Ipanema? What a strange choice in song. It is. It's the girl from Ipanema. Cover your attitude, says Manuel. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, it is fun and educational. Fun and educational. That is the purpose of the movie, is to be fun and educational. Yes. It's also meant to honor the people that are featured in it and shine some much deserved spotlight attention onto their names and faces. So yeah, that's the point of the film. If you're wondering why I made it, that's why I made it. There you go. Anyway, so that's about all I've got. I mean, we don't have to go for another 15 minutes. I was going to do this for a whole hour, but you know, I'm going to take a drink. Sparkling water. I've hit the 45-minute mark in the video. And typically, I have noticed that after about 45 minutes of like straight vamping, I get very thirsty. So, Manuel asked me if I'm feeling better now. You mean after I took a drink, or what do you mean? Feel better now is a very loaded question right now. Hi, Catherine. Internet not working by. I'm guessing you meant to type by the way. If your internet's not working, how are you watching this video? And more importantly, how are you typing into this video if your internet's not working? That's a curiosity. Phantom, do you want to come say hi to everybody? Come on. Well, here we go. Phantom came to say hi. There you go. My buddy Phantom came to say hi to everybody. And he's like, I'm done. That was about the perfect length of time that my cat enjoys being held. That was it. I don't know if anyone was timing that. But whatever that amount of time was, that's typical. That is a typical amount of time. Manuel says, or remember in the beginning you said you needed an hour break to just chill. Oh, dude, the reality is, like, I have been super stressed. I'm feeling good today, but I have been super stressed. This has been one of the most, if I can be brutally honest with everybody, this has been one of the most stressful projects of my entire life. And I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that like that makes it a bad experience. I'm just saying it's been one of the most amazing projects of my life. It's been one of the biggest projects of my life, and also it has had a metric ton of stress attached to it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because while stress is not good, it's been such a journey. There's been so many like highs and lows, and I don't regret the lows necessarily because they've all been part of it. I'm ready for there to be like no more lows in general. I would not complain if the lows started to just melt away now. That'd be great. You know, if you didn't cry, it's not going to be good. I don't know if I cried. I might have cried at one point. I don't really remember. I don't cry a lot, so I don't know. But yes, nothing great is easy. That's true. What a love and affectionate moment with the cat. Yes, well, Phantom is my best bud. So, and yes, time to cry happy tears now. Very true. Helen's very happy to see Phantom. Helen's definitely a cat person. This much I know. She likes to share lots of pictures of her cat Mooney. So yes, I know all about the cat lovers on the internet, very much so. Yes, Manuel also said stress makes diamonds. Stress does make diamonds. Very true. If that's the case, then I think I've got a diamond. I really do. I mean, honestly, guys, like, for as hard as I've been on myself on this project, for as difficult as I've been making things for myself, nobody is out there making it difficult for me as far as like looking at what I'm doing and passing judgment. It's really not that. It's me. I'm passing judgment on myself. For all that put aside, I can legitimately say that I'm very pleased with the turnout. I have this problem where the minute I feel good about something and I hit a goal, I immediately think, well, okay, but I can do better than that, right? And then it just keeps continuing. It just ends up being like there is no good enough. So I've been really trying to battle that conflict internally. Manuel says that the trailer had me going. Well, look, that means a lot to me. all the creators were so passionate talking about the series. Yes, expect to see a lot more of that. That's probably my favorite part of this experience, has been being able to live what the cartoon meant to them by hearing them talk about it. That was really, truly incredible for me to be privy to. An HBO documentary, Manuel. That is, you're just trying to get brownie points, my friend. That is very sweet of you. Very, very sweet of you. I'm trying very hard to make it as professional as possible. Very, very, very hard. That was what was driving me the whole time, was this needs to be up there with something that would be seen on like HBO. That is exactly what I was going for in my head. So the fact that you're saying that based on the trailer, words cannot express enough how much I appreciate that. Thank you. Tabitha's here. Hi, Tabitha. Being a perfectionist is a curse at times. Yes. I have nothing else to add to that. Yeah. Anybody else want to make very true statements? Because that is what that was. Oh, good. It had that emotional feeling, says Manuel. Okay, that's good. That is where I was going. It's a very emotional film. Honestly, there's a part of this movie where you might cry, and I'm not just saying that. There's a part of the film where it gets pretty heavy. But overall, I would say the feeling of this movie, if I had to describe it, is very lighthearted, a very fond look back, lots of happy reminiscing, some inside secrets that I don't think have ever been revealed before anywhere. And I'm not just saying that. I'm pretty sure I have some things in this movie that have never been revealed, including, but not limited to, Paul Williams, the voice of the Penguin, being on video talking about being the Penguin. I've never seen Paul in an interview about the Penguin, ever. And when I interviewed Paul, I asked him, have you ever done an interview about being on Batman? And he said, no. So unless he's wrong and he's misremembering, I might have the only interview with Paul Williams about the Penguin, like, to date. So that alone makes me thrilled. That alone. But the problem is, and this is what I need you guys to understand, because you might be listening to me talking about being hard on myself, and you might be going, why are you being so hard on yourself? Is it even good? Yeah, the film's good. The problem is, when you watch something 50 times, you forget the significance of it. You forget how it was the first time you saw it a lot of times. And so you start taking it for granted. You start ignoring these little cool points like I just made about Paul Williams. You start to forget those things because, I already know that now. Now I'm just looking at the film and trying to make sure the film is good. So I start ignoring all these other little cool things, right? But you guys haven't seen the film yet. So for you, lucky you, it's all going to be brand new. You get to go into it blindly, and I'm a little bit envious of that. I'm a little jealous of the audience. I can legitimately say, I wish I could just wipe it from my memory, and I don't mean that I don't really want to forget all the experience I've had. I don't really mean that, but I do wish there was a way I could watch it completely objectively. That would be such a cool thing to do. And just sit here and just sort of enjoy it. And then at the end, find out that I'm the one that made it. And be like, what? When did I do that? Why don't I remember this? What else don't I remember? Manuel says the Penguin looked dope. Well, good. He looked like the character. That's cool. Let's see. We got Victoria saying, look, very true statement. I'm super excited to see this film. I gotta say, this is one of the most unexpected. I'll tell you something that no one asked me, but I'm going to tell you. One of the most unexpected parts that have happened to me in this process was the amount of people out there that saw me describe it as film, spelled PHILM, and now write me privately and they say, how's the film going? And they spell it like that. Blows me away. I did not expect anybody to really like take that and run with it, but a handful of people have, and it's actually kind of flattering. It's just weird because I wasn't thinking that was going to happen. So Manuel says, look, bro, the best part is that it's done and it will be here when we are gone. You did a great service for the creators. Thank you so much, Manuel. That was the mentality I had the whole time, was like, let me make something that hopefully will continue to live on beyond any of us. And that, years later, when this cartoon is like considered an oldie, if someone's wanting to research and know more about it, maybe they'll stumble upon this documentary and it'll help give them clarity and go, wow, I didn't know this person was like this and this person sounded like this. And I'm hoping it'll do things like that. I was approaching the whole project with that kind of mindset, though. Absolutely. Tabitha says, oh, that's an awesome thing to brag on, Paul. Oh yeah, Paul Williams. Yeah, no, I'm beyond happy that Paul Williams is in it. Paul is, by the way, like one of the nicest people. I have to add, everybody that I interviewed in this was just super generous. All 17 people that I interviewed, they were kind. They were willing to share. Some of them sent me like promotional and archival footage and material that they allowed me to have a digital copy of so that I could put it in the movie. Eric Radomski, like he mailed me stuff. He physically mailed me stuff so that I could scan it and use it in the film. I didn't ask him to do that, but he did it. I was so beyond touched that the people that are in the film were so willing to just share their life story moments on camera with me, completely trusting me to do the right thing with it. Let me tell you, you want to talk about pressure? That was one of the most intense pieces of pressure in this whole process, was the knowledge that people were entrusting me with saying a bunch of stuff, and that I would have the knowledge and the good judgment to not put something out there that would make anybody look bad. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I'm saying here, but just trust me when I say I was entrusted with information that I did not put in the movie. Okay? There were things that I discovered that I was like, nope, this isn't going in there because I don't want anyone to be embarrassed or ashamed or anything like that. And I'm not saying that people were talking dirt. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people were telling me things that maybe not everybody would want put into a film. They're not bad things. I don't know how else to explain it. Just understand that there is a level of things that you share and sometimes things that you just maybe say in confidence and you just don't share. Okay? And I'm proud to say I had the good judgment to not share those things. I am proud of that. Nobody should be embarrassed after watching this film. That is something I am confident in saying, and that was a challenge sometimes because some of this stuff makes for good TV. You know what I mean? Let's see. Brandon's here. Did you say look bad or bat? I think I said look bad, but that's fine. Ryan's here. Hi, Ryan. Ryan says there are trusted personal memories and experiences they shared with you for your own benefit. Yes. Right. Absolutely. Brandon, thanks for not Connie Chunging it. Yeah, that's fine. Manuel says, I love it. Trademark that. Your company should be Stay Tuned Films. Well, the films thing, fun fact, Manuel, and everyone else watching. Fun fact, I've been using that term for films that I make since like 2000, 2001. The thing is, I haven't been making a lot of films since then. I haven't been. And I haven't had a reason to use that term. So the term isn't new. I just wasn't making films. I was making comics and books and things like that. So the term didn't apply. So it's not new. I just have I have more opportunities to use it. Between this movie and between last December's Sparking Sunshine, because I did call that a film also, between these two films, that gave me a chance to use it again. There you go. Manuel says, when I finished my documentary, I felt a weight off my shoulders. I felt like I wasn't going to die a loser. At least I made a documentary. I did something good before I died. You know, that's not a bad way to look at it. That's a healthy way to do it. I mean, I guess if that's the bar, was you just wanted to hit a documentary before you peace out. I mean, hopefully you do more projects. You know, you're still alive now. He says you're gonna feel great when it comes out. I think so too. I know so. And part of why I'm glad it's 5 weeks away, it just gives me a chance to sort of like be at peace with it and not rush it out. So like 2 weeks from now, if I'm like, I gotta watch it again, I think I made a horrible mistake, I can. And I can maybe like, you know, last minute fix it. I don't think that's going to happen. I've been so meticulous that I don't think it's going to happen. But there is some peace of mind in my brain knowing that like I have like a buffer zone of 5 weeks. Makes me feel a little bit better. So yeah. So that's it. You have to step back, wait a few weeks, and then watch it again. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Your suggestion after that of get drunk and watch it, that's not going to happen. First of all, I don't know that I would even be able to appreciate a movie if I was drunk. Second of all, that is not something that I do, believe it or not. So it's not going to happen anyway. Which may answer a lot of yours questions of like, how do I unwind? Well, drinking is not a way that I unwind. So it's probably why I'm wound slightly too tight. Probably why. So anyway, well, we have hit an hour. I didn't think we'd get that far, but look, it happened again. It happened. We hit an hour. Thank you guys so much for being here for this wrap party. It's been fun answering your questions and telling you some behind the scenes things. I'm glad we got to watch the trailer together. If you still haven't seen the trailer, it's over on my YouTube channel. It's free. It's the first video when you get there. If you want to help my search results, here's a fun thing you can do to help kids. Not help kids, but help, kids. If you go to YouTube and you search Batman the Animated Series and you scroll like 30 items down, you should see the trailer for my film. If you do that, if you search for it that way and then click on it that way, I think that'll make it'll make YouTube show it more frequently. So that's a free thing you can do if you want to help get the trailer out there. It's free. It takes like all of a minute. So there you go. Hey, Matt Wentz here. Matt, I'm ending the video and now you're saying something? Matt says, I unwind by playing with rad action figures. Matt Went, you have one of the coolest action figure collections I've ever seen, and you do have a wonderful job of being an adult who can appreciate play. So I respect that of you, sir. And I'm not just saying that. That is one of my favorite things about you, man. And there you go. Manuel says, maybe spin around in a circle. It's the same effect as being drunk. I could do that. Thanks, guys, for all your likes. I think as of right now, the YouTube trailer has like 20 likes, which is fantastic. Thank you. If you are one of those 20 likes, thank you so much for doing that. Really, it means a lot to me. And thanks for sharing the video. Thank you for supporting me in any way you do. If it's a free thing, I'm just as appreciative as if it's a paid thing. But I'm going to remind you guys one more time before I end this video that if you would like to help me continue to be an independently funded creator who does not have any boss to answer to, I'm making projects purely based off of the way I think they should be made. If you trust my vision of what I'm doing and you'd like to see that continue, yes, I would like to invite you to consider investing in me via Patreon. Or you can do a one-time through GoFundMe, the link of which is available right on the bottom of the screen right there. Go to that Linktree link, linktr.ee/Philmachi. And there is a ton of links. One of those links is the GoFundMe for this film. And I am raising money to help me pay for legal fees. I did employ the use of a real professional composer, and I have to pay for that as well. So that's another reason I have to pay for stuff. And then other things. If I want to make posters, like you guys were asking me to make posters to send out so people could promote things. If people want to see me do that, I have to be able to afford to do it. And as of right now, this is how much budget I have left. This is how much. That's the budget. So anyway, that's it. Thanks, guys. It's a wrap. In 5 weeks and 3 days, the film will be available to watch for free on YouTube. You can thank Kickstarter supporters for making that happen. Because I can tell you this much. I might have made this film without the funding from Kickstarter, but I wouldn't have made it in 6 months. I certainly would not have been able to. So thank you to everybody on Kickstarter who helped make that happen. Thank you to everybody that has been a close friend behind the scenes and been there for me on the phone or through text messages. There's a number of you out there that have been really wonderful about letting me vent when I have a rough day, about just all of the stressors that have come with this. Thank you so much to everybody who has who were interviewed, all the people that I interviewed for this film. Thank you to all 17 of you. I don't know if any of you are watching this video, but thank you. Without you guys, there wouldn't have been an animated series and there would be no documentary. And if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry, but just consider this a general thank you for everybody that has contributed in some way to helping support me so that I could continue doing what I'm doing. And I would like to keep doing what I do. I would like to stay an independent creator. I'm putting that out there into the universe. If people are asking me what are my big goals and dreams, I don't want to go working for a giant corporation. No, I would like to stay doing what I'm doing and just be able to independently make films like this. And so, again, I'm just letting you know the way that happens is if I have support coming in. So if you're watching this and you're like, I need more information, Phil, reach out to me privately. I will gladly hold your hand and help you figure out how best to support what I'm doing. There's a number of ways to do it. Zenpool Gaming says, you rock, bro. Oh, Zenpool Gaming is Manuel. Okay. Thanks. Thank you for talking to me from both Facebook and YouTube. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna call it here. You guys have a wonderful night. Go watch the trailer again if you haven't seen it already. Spread it around. I want this thing to go viral because who knows what'll happen if that happens. Help me help you, says Matt Wendt. Yeah. Look, guys, just to wrap this up, I don't like asking for help. I really, really dislike it. I dislike fundraising, okay? That's the reality. If I could be independently wealthy and not ask anybody for any financial support, I would do that. Because, everybody's got needs, and I don't necessarily, want to put that on you guys. But I can tell you, I can wrap up by saying this. Being a creator, this is why I'm here. This is why I exist. I knew this from a young age. This is the reason I am here, is to create stuff. And it's like the one thing in life that brings me the most joy. Even when I'm stressed about it, I wouldn't want to do anything else. My most stressful day filmmaking is 10,000 times better than my most stressful day when I was working in retail or tech support. Okay? So I'm eternally grateful to the universe sending me this Batman film project back in December. I'm beyond grateful that it happened. And I'm beyond grateful that the Kickstarter was able to get funded so that I could do this. So I love the whole thing. This project means so much to me. It's incredibly personal, and I can't wait to share it with all you guys. And that's going to happen in 5 weeks, in 3 days. So take care. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful night, and thanks again for being here on this wrap party for Stay Tuned Presents Batman, the Animated Series.